On our last day, we got ourselves a rental car and drove the 50 miles to Muxia and Fisterra, the two cities that I had visited last summer. Well, it was a Peugeot, and the instructions were the shortest I had ever received when hiring a rental car. The lady at the rental car station simply showed me where the tank was. I would have found out that by myself, and then she handed me over the key, and that was all. So no instructions concerning the electricity or the little computer that is inside. So it took us about 30 minutes to change it into the right language, into German, because it was still in Spanish. So the weather wasn't much better, however in the car it is tolerable, and the closer we got to the shore, the more a storm developed. I got out of the car, and suddenly, out of the blue, my cap was blown away. It soared high up in the air and flew towards the water, and I thought I had lost it. It fell down shortly before the cliffs, and as an eternal optimist, I tried to find it and was lucky enough to do so.
So, es ist hier ein Sturm, das ist kaum zu beschreiben.
Das sind ja die gigantische Wellen. Du hast ja Glück gehabt, dass du sie gefunden hast. Aber jetzt hast du wieder ins Auto.
Ja.
Wow.
Also man kann sich hier kaum verständigen. Man muss sich hier wirklich gegen den Wind stemmen, um nicht weggepustet zu werden. Das ist hier die Kirche, wo ich vor einem Jahr war. Samuel.
The drops of salt water that were blown into my face hurt like needles. And when I was at home and licked my lips, my face was covered with salt.
Ja, das Salzwasser sprüht mir ins Gesicht. So, hier in der Kirche ist wenigstens kein Wind. Heute ist kein Samstag. Das Kreuz ist zugehangen.
We spent some time in that beautiful church, and then we decided to go out again and walk up the little hill towards the monument that reminds the people of the tanker catastrophe of 2002. Despite the bad weather and the very strong winds, pilgrims come to that point where there is a stone that signifies the zero, that signifies that they have reached the end of the trail.
Oh, null! Ja, endlich! Endlich Kilometer null!
So, man muss ja also den Selfie-Stick mit beiden Händen festhalten. Und mit einer Hand die Brille. Und sich mit vollem Gewicht gegen den Wind lehnen.
Then we drove to Muxia, where we had lunch in a restaurant I had tested the year before. And this little fellow here also fled into the restaurant and was fed by me and enjoyed our bread. Of course, the weather had not improved, although we were about 20 miles away from Muxia, but we were lucky enough to walk quite a stretch of the way in the wind shade of the mountains, and were not so much exposed to the wind as at the coast of Muxia. Here is the lighthouse of Fisterra. Samuel and Svetlana close at the westernmost point of Europe, and we walked up to the cross, not further because that seemed us as too dangerous. Well, in the afternoon, late afternoon, we drove back to Santiago, returned our rental car, and on the very last day, on the Sunday, there was nothing else to do than saying goodbye to Santiago. Bye-bye. Well, I hope I'll come back to this beautiful city that is definitely worth visiting.